Hello everyone. Today in this module, this is a part 2 of election and representative chapter. In this module, I have discussed about the methods of election system in India. Here you all will get to understand about the election system and its different methods which was collected or which was taken adopted by our country, and we will know about in a details way that how or what is that different types of method. So let's start. First, what we have to know that you all in my from my previous video you all get and understand that what is election system. Okay, now after knowing about the election system, there is a question was that is that election system is same for each and every countries of the world? Is that no? It's basically it's not equal. Every country has its own that types of election system. So here we have a types of election. So you have seen that there is a democratic election, and in democratic elections are divided. It have two types. One is the direct election, another is a indirect election. Now we have to know about the what is direct election and what is that indirect election. This is the two types of election we get in any democratic elected country. So it's totally depend upon the countries that which method or which types of election they will collect it, or that which one is adopted by country. And some countries like our India is adopted by both the election, that is the direct elections and the indirect elections. Okay, now see. Now we have to know about the little bit into meaning of the direct and indirect election. Okay, now an election in which the people vote directly for the candidate that they want, this type of election is known as direct election. See, direct election means whenever we go to go to the giving a vote and we choose a candidate, and that candidate is appointed as a representative of our country, of our area, and that is called that the direct election. Okay, if I'm giving you example, whenever you go for the election of your class, suppose in your class there will be election for the class monitor, then that every girls or every student, they give their vote to the nominated person, and with their direct vote we choose the monitor of the class. So this is a direct the direct election. So where the candidates vote directly to the nominated candidate whom they wanted to see as a representative, this is called the indirect election. Basically in our country we get this kind of indirect election in the Lok Sabha election, means when we are choosing our MP. Okay, in that timing we this kind of direct election will going on. Then state legislative assembly means when we are choosing our MLAs, in that timing this kind of election is that occurred. And the election of the local government bodies, all are the election of the that the direct election where the candidates directly choose their representative. You all know that we are we are choosing our representative, and that representative, suppose we are choosing that our MLA, that MLA they are choose the MLC. Now what is MLC? MLA means member of legislative assembly, and MLC means member of legislative council, those who sit in the Vidhan Parishad. So Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, there's a upper house and lower house. So we are choosing the lower house people of our country or the state, and they choose our upper house of our the representatives or the government. Now what is the local government bodies? Like in the Gram Sabha, you all know that in the Gram Sabha we all directly choose our panchayat and the Gram Sabha's member, right? And as well as we also choose our the municipalities areas. In the municipality areas we are choosing our ward councillor. Now what is ward councillor? See, in if you are living in urban areas or in the township areas, in your address you get that in which ward the sum of the colonies is equal to one ward, and that ward they have one, that the leader of that ward, so that is called the ward councillor. Okay, so these are the areas which is come under the system of direct election. Now, what is indirect election? Indirect election is totally opposite to direct election. Indirect election, in which it is in one kind of election in which the voters do not choose, that between the candidates for an office, but elect people who then choose. That means, if I am saying the Rajya Sabhas, the election of the president, we are not choosing our president, right? How our president is elected? We are choose our MLA, right? That MLAs and MPs, that MLAs and MPs, they are, they choose the president from the Rajya Sabha through the that the election. So for that reason we can say that we directly choose our MLAs or MPs, and they are choosing the president or the governors, like that. So this is somehow we are indirectly elected, because the peoples are not directly elected, the president. They are choosing their representative, and their representative are choose their government and those who make the power. So this we say that the Rajya Sabha election is an example of the indirect election, where the president elected by the representative of the lower house. I hope you all understand about these two topics, that is direct elections and the indirect election. Now we have to know about the methods of election system of India. Okay, see, in the election, under this kind of election system, or you can say in a democratic election, people vote and their preference decided who win the contest, right? Means it's totally about the people. The people supported those parties or supported those person in a very huge manner, showing their preference to a particular parties in a very huge manner. That decided, the people's support or the people's preference decided that who will win the contest, or who will win the voting system. So for that reason, the Indian election system also have some method. It's not like that randomly, going and giving the vote, and just that after counting it, someone is taking the charge as responsibilities of our country. It's not like that. There are some methods, there are some procedures or steps will be there, by which that the count the votes, or the the choosing of the representatives, making government, everything will be done. So let's see that there's a lots of election systems method will be there, but among them two methods are very much important. Okay, the main two method. The first one is that the first past the post system, and the second one is the proportional representative. So please remember the short form of FPTP, that is the first past the post system. PR is proportional representative. So these are the two important method which is used even in our country also. So let's see that what is this two method, and what kind of system we are using or getting into this system. Now first we have to know the traditional method, or you can say the first method which was adopted by our India, that is first past the post system. Okay, so under this system what happened? And under this system, the entire country is divided into 543 constituency. See, you all know that the word constituency, the constituency means when if suppose I'm taking a state of our state, that is West Bengal. Suppose if I'm taking the example of the West Bengal, so it's not possible for the West Bengal to conduct it, that all the peoples come to any one particular area and then give their voting. It's not possible. So the West Bengal are divided into so many areas only for taking the the election, and these areas these different districts or different areas, they are known as constituency. That means constituency means the area, small geographical area which is divided only for taking the election in a smooth manner. So the entire country, the entire country is divided into different constituency, just like 543 constituencies are there. Okay, each constituency elect one representative. So you can understand that if there is a 543 constituencies are there and each elect one representative, then the how many representatives are there? So there is a 543 representatives there, because each our country are divided into, the entire country are divided into this number of constituency, and each of them have one elected representatives. Now the thing is that the candidate who secured the highest number of votes in that constituency is declared as elected. See, whenever suppose in your class, your class is divided into so many sections, right? Like if I'm giving an example of 11A, 11B, 11D, like that. And now we have to need, you know, in every class you have one your representative that is who are act as a monitor. So each one is, you know, that each and every section they have one monitor. Now if we have to, you know, that choose one particular head of class 11 from you know, that who are the head of total class 11 humanities, so for that reason we have to arrange one election, and that election will be happened, or that will be occurred among all the sections of the arts of class 11, or among all the monitors of class 11 sections, different sections. And those who get the highest number of the vote among them, that is the person who represent their 11 humanities. Similarly, the same thing will be happen when the, you know, that the country is divided into 543 constituencies, and every constituency have its one elected representative. So they are, you know, that doing conducting the you know, that casting their you know, that they are contesting elections, and after the contesting election, the candidate who secured the highest number of the vote from that their constituency is declared as elected candidate. Okay, so this is the procedure what happened under this system. It is important to note out that in this system, whoever has more votes than all other candidates declared elected. Now what's that mean? There's two things which you have to be clear in that. First one is that suppose there is a and there is a B. I just take a two candidates name, okay, or C. Okay, now suppose if A gets 50%, suppose B gets 25% or 26%, and C gets, you know, that maybe 24%. So according to these percentages, that A as it gets the highest vote among all the candidates, then it automatically will be declared. Now in the others methods, this will be happen that, you know, that you will be observing the others method, that if there is a 3, that is A, B, C, and each and every candidate needs to get the majority. That means suppose there is a 100%, you know, that if you say the 100 percentage will be there, so A should get, you know, that more than 51, it is fixed. So if they are not secured like that, then they will not declared as elected. This kind of things not happen, you know, that in this system only, that does not matter that how much, you know, that suppose if I'm taking one example, that, you know, that A, B and C is there, and you know that A is getting only you know, 9%, C is not getting any vote, or you know, that B is getting only 5%. So it does not matter that how much you know, that how much candidates will get. The matter is that, you know, that how much candidates will get. So the matter is that only that among this 3-1, the highest number will be get by this one. So this is the matter, you know. So this is the thing we have. So if I'm giving one more example, suppose there's a you know, that there's a subject like political science, then you know, the geography, economics, like that. So suppose a person or most of the people of the you know, that the class, the highest marks of the political science maybe, you know, that 80, whereas the highest marks of geography will be 90, or in the economics maybe you know, that 95. But if you see the pass percentage, okay, the pass percentage of the class, then you will see that in the political science maybe, you know, that 90% girl students, they get promoted, and in the geography there is a 80%, and you know that in the economics maybe it will be like 100%. Okay, now in this situation we cannot see that how much, you know that what are the highest percentage of the number. We cannot see, we cannot you know that calculated that in which subject the highest marks, you know that it is a very highest, but that we cannot say. We only observe that how much peoples are, you know that they are passed in a particular subject. So according to that, if we say that economics in the 100 marks, so most of the peoples or all the people, they are, you know that passed out in the economy, so this economic will be win, or they, you know, win the battle. So it's not a matter that how, you know that how much marks you will get, but it is matter that how many students, you know, get promoted in which subject. So it's a thing that it is very much important that in this system, the, you know that whoever has more votes than all the other candidates, those who have highest vote, the number of the votes will be more, that candidate will win the election. Now next one is saying about that the winning candidates need not secure a majority of the votes. This system, which I already discussed, that it's not a matter that you you know that the particular number of percentage should a particular candidate should get. That's not at all a question in this matter. Only the thing is that who will get the, you know that highest marks among, or highest number percentage among all the other political parties, that candidate is automatically win. It's not a matter that how much you know that will get, or whether they get a, you know that majority or not, that does not matter. This method also known as plurality system, and this is the method of election prescribed by the constitution. Previously the constitution is only discussing about this kind of, you know that condition where in a normally you know that in our direct vote, these types of election system will be going will be conducted, where the counting will be doing that, in which candidate who get more vote, they are elected as a, you know that the as a declared candidate or as a winning candidate. So this is about the first past post system. First past the post system, that means the candidate who get more vote or who get the highest number of the votes, they declared as a elected person. Now we have to know the second method, which is a very, you know that important method, and where the calculation is so much are there. So the second method is proportional representative. Now what is proportional representative? Proportional representative means when each party they fills its quota of seat by picking those many of these nominees from the preference list that has been declared before the election. See, you all know that there's a lots of MLAs and MPs are there. So each and every MLAs or every MP, they have to give their votes, right? But the vote is not like that. They have only give the vote to one particular person. See, if I'm saying that, you know that suppose if I'm saying that any political party, like, you know that BJP, if I'm say that suppose there is a BJP, okay. Under the BJP we have a 40 members, okay. There's a CPI, under that we have a 20 members, like this way. Now the thing is that BJP, you know that all the 40 members, suppose in the BJP only, you know that 6 members are there who wanted to conduct it, or who wanted to contest the election, who wanted to participate in the election system. In the CPM maybe there is a 2, in the Congress there may be 1. So total 6, 7, 8, 9, total 9 members are there who wanted to participate into the election, right? So we are taking the 9 members. These 9 members are, you know that you know that the BJP, they are internally their voting system will be going on, and by this they will get the preference number. Now how the preference number will be given? Suppose in the BJP, as we get the 6 members they wanted, suppose the member A, B, C, D, like that. So maybe member A or member B will get, that they are preferred by more than A. So maybe 5 members of the BJP, they preferred B, 3 members A, 6 members, that C, and D will be not preferred by anyone. So this preference list will be provided by each and every political party's member in the advance, and after that preference the candidate will give their vote. They have to give everyone, they have to give all the 9 voters, that all the 9 voters, but they have to that showing their preference, that maybe they like A more. So, or that suppose if I'm giving you an example, that you have a 5 chocolate, one is Dairy Milk, one is is Munch, one is Kit Kat, another is that 5 star, maybe some other chocolate. So if I'm asking you that which chocolate you that like more, so maybe you will give that everyone will choose their own preference, and they give their own preference where they like. So maybe suppose by calculating all the candidates about their preference of chocolates, maybe we get the result that maybe the Dairy Milk will liked by the 5 people, maybe Kit Kat will liked by the 2 people. So these are the preference lists. According to that preference list, we are giving them the that the representatives, or we are sharing them the seats of the things. So this all the 9 members, all the political parties, they get that they get the percentage of their shares in the seat. Like if I'm BJP, suppose BJP will get by, it's liked by that 20% people are like the BJP, or Congress is liked by the 5%, suppose TMC is liked by the that 15%. So if this kind of preference will be given, so each and every political party's member, they get the seat, they will that they will be get the chance to sit in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. But according to the shares, what they get preference means, the BJP's person, they get a chance that their 20% members will that reserve the seats. Congress will only get the 5%, TMC will get only about the 15%. So according to their preference number, they will get their seat. In this system, a party gets same proportional of seat as its proportional of votes, which I already discussed, that how much percentage it get. According to that, the the political parties are sharing their the political parties get that much only seat, that much of percentage of seats shared into the that government, that how much it getted by the that the candidate. In India, we have adopted PR system on a limited scale for indirect election. This kind of system we are using only for the indirect election. Okay, and it is very limited one, because it's not possible that we are choosing all the candidates according to their preference, according to that we are calculating their preferences and then we decide. It's not possible for every time. So for that reason, list system is very much easier, and it will be that adopted in a very normal elections. The constitution prescribes a third and a complex variation of the PR system for the election of the president, vice president, and for the election of the Rajya Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. So basically, proportional representatives are the that are the another kind of elections which is used in this kind of things. Now we have to know the key variants of the PR system. How many types of PR system we get? Let's see. The system of proportional representative has many times out, many different kinds of types are there, but among that only 2 are the most popular one. The first one is the list system, and another one is single transferable vote system. So I hope from the name you can understand list system means the preference list, yes, which is one who will be come in the first place, who will be second, who will be third, who comes in a fourth. So these are the list. Single transferable vote system means each and every vote, they are transferred to each another. Now how it will be work? Let's see. Now first we have to know about the list system. Okay, in this system, the parties make a list of candidates to be elected in advance, and seats get allotted to each party in proportion of the number of votes the party receive, which I already talked here about. Suppose the that the party won, that is the BJP, they give their list, that in their list maybe candidate, there is a, maybe suppose there is a 3 candidates, if I'm giving that, in the 3 candidates, the that the B is choose by most of the people of their under that that their political party. So the B will chosen by the members, like suppose 10 members are like B, 7 members like A, and 2 members like C. So these are the preference list. So each and every political parties like this, they give their that the candidate, that which candidate are preferred for how many people. So they are giving this candidate. Now after this, getting this candidate list in advance, the political parties, they are that conducting the election, and in that election all the political parties like this that this B will get, so how much percentage they may, suppose what I'm saying, that maybe BJP will get 20% vote, or the people's like 20% people's like this political party, okay, maybe Congress will liked by the 5% people, TMC will liked by the 15% people. So according to this share, they also get the share into the that into the government. So it is said about that list system, where the political parties, they make their list of candidate in advance, and according to the preference they will get their own seat. Voters vote directly for the party rather than a candidate. In this type of selection, or in this type of election, whenever we give the vote, we are not giving the vote for any particular party, we giving a vote for that our political party. We are giving vote to the political parties, not to the any particular candidate. In this system, the whole country is treated as a single constituency. Here the constituency has not divided, it is that it is created, this kind of system was created for only a single constituency. The candidate on the party list will be given seat in order to preference. So the political parties, they that the party list will be given seats, according to their party list or according to their preference, they will get their preference. If one political party get 20% liked from the out of 100, then only 20% share will be given to that political party only. This kind of system will specially, they will adopted in Hong Kong, Israel, Turkey, Finland, etc. Now come to the second part, that is single transferable vote system. Now what is single transferable vote system? This is the system is multi-member constituency. See, in the previous, the list system, where only single, means there will be one political party is there, like just like a, that China, if I'm saying that one political party is there, and in that one political party 4 or 5 members are there, and among them the political parties choose according to the preference. But it is not happen for the multi-party, because in the multi-party system, most of the peoples, that there is so many political parties are there, so it's not possible for them to conduct the election with all kinds of members. So for that reason, single transferable vote system, this is very suitable for the multi-party members or the constituency. It is also known as Harry system because it was introduced by the Thomas Harry. In this system, the voters make an electoral college, and why voting their ranked candidates in order of preference. See, in this system, the peoples they are gathered together, and after gathering together, all the candidates, after gathering together, they are that ranked or give the numbering according to the candidates' preference, or according to the fame of their own popularity. Their vote is allotted to their first preference, and if no one emerges with the majority of the least vote, the candidate is removed from their consideration. So that if the first the one particular candidate, they get more preference by the candidate, the candidates are that the people choose candidate A, then that candidate is declared as an elected one. But and next, the second one will be choose. If no one will get the majority vote, then the second one will choose. So like this way, the winner will become. it has also the quota system where the number of votes necessary for the candidates. See, we cannot, that maybe this will be, the definition will be confused you. So for that reason, that everyone can be confused according to this system. So for that reason, they are, that creating one kind of method or one kind of, that formula on which basis they will, that they will calculated the all the elections, that votes, and finally they get their own winner. Okay, and now see that what are the formulas we have to need. This is known as the quota system. Now what is the formula? See, the formula is that the quota, that is the, that name, the its total number of the vote cast. Means suppose there is a that 100 people are there. Okay, suppose the 100 people are there, so the total number of people, those who give vote, they are 100. So we can say 100 divided by seats to be filled. How many seats are there? Means that for how many seats the people give the vote. Suppose there is a, that 5 seats are there. For the 5 seats, the people, 100 people, they choose 5 leaders. Okay, so the 5 will be there, plus 1, then plus 1. Okay, so for that reason, if say that, that suppose there is a 4th seat, so 4 plus 1, 5, plus 1, so total 22 votes should be needed. If a particular person does not get 22 seats, then that person will not be declared as a, that the election. So we need 22, any members, those who need 22. So that one particular candidate should need 22, then only they will declared as a, that elected. So 1 seat is equal to 22 votes. So this will be find out. Okay, now let's see, through one giving you example, I will explain that how this single transferable vote, that it is going on. Okay, so just have a look. For example, if I am giving you the example, there are 30 people. Suppose there is a 30 people, total 30 people are there, those who give, those who are as a, that the giving vote. 30 people are there in a one place who give vote. And there is a 8 people are there who are nominated as a, or who are doing the competition. And only 4 seats are there for which this competition is going on. So please remember that 30 people are there total, those who that giving vote or those who casting the vote. 30 people will casting the vote for 8 candidates. There is a total 8 candidates who take part in the election system. So 30 people, whenever they go for the election, they get these 8 peoples where their name is there. So those who participate in the election, and only the government have only 4 seats left. So these 8 peoples, from these 8 peoples, only 4 people will get these seats. Now how it will be work? So please remember that there is a suppose there is a 30 people are there, those who give the vote, and 8 members are there or 8 candidates are there, those who are participate in the election, and only 4 seats are there. So these 8 peoples, from that 8 peoples, we need only 4 peoples, those who sit in that 4 seat, or those who filled up that 4 seat. Okay, now see the example. This all will be doing in a preference one. Okay, suppose so there is a candidate A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So 8 candidates are there. These all are the candidates, right? Now the 30 people are there. So the people are giving their vote. Okay, each and every people came and they give their vote according to their own life. Okay, suppose people want, those who among the 30 they come and they give vote to C candidate. Second people come, they give vote to D candidate. So by this way that all the 30 votes are completed, and after that we get that A will get A will get 5 votes, B will get 4 votes, C C got 12 votes, D got 3, E2, F1, G2 and H1. So these are the percentage, or these are the people. So total you have seen 30. So 30, among the 30 people, 5 people give that A, 4 people give vote to B. C will get C has got that 12. 3 people gave their vote to D. 2 people gave to E. 1 people only gave her vote to F, like this 2 and like. So I hope you understand that how much a candidate get how much number of vote. Now we all know that there is a there is a that the formula, that total valid votes card. See how much total number of people are there. There is a 30 people, right? Among the 30 seats to be filled, for how many seats they are doing the competition? For the 4 seats. Okay, 1, total 1. So it's a 30 by 5 plus 1. Okay, so that is that's 6. So 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. So a particular candidate should get 7 votes minimum, that so that they will declared as a elected or declared as a winner. So if any candidate who gets minimum 7 votes, they declared as a that as a elected candidate or as a winner. So let's see the chart. There's a round 1. In the round 1 all are calculated. Now in that round 1 we have seen that just like A got that 5, it got 4, it's 12, then D got 3, E2, F is 1, G2 and X is 1. Now how many votes we need? We we need how many votes? We need for win we need 7. Now among these all, who are who are eligible, who fulfill the eligible condition, that is C. See, C have 12 votes. So among that 12, we only take the 7 one and declared C as a elected one. So we get our first winner member, winner political party, that is C. But what happened to the next surplus or to the extra vote? That extra vote is that is transferred to the second preference or the second position, those who get the second position. So we are transferring that one. So that extra of the C vote, that is the that vote, that is is coming over here, that is A. A will, in the second round, the A will in the second round A will get the extra 2 vote. So already it have that 5 votes and plus 2 is equal to 7. So in the second round we also get the second that winner, that is A. So come to the third the third round. Okay, in the third round already we get 2 winner, that is one is A and another is C. So now 2 more winner we need. Now which one is the third highest? Now B is the third highest because it has 4 and all of them someone is 3, 2, 1 like that. So this this one will be, that is the B. From there the extra one which is here left over, that is included, that is a 3. Okay, 2 is using here and this 3 are using here, and already it had 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. So next we also get our third winner, that is B. So A is also winner, B is also winner, and is C is also. So we already get these 3 as a candidate. Now one more seat will be left. Now what happened? See, in the 5th round, that in this round we have seen that among these 3, this D is the highest one. So but D have that it is only this have. Now what happened? Now these are the lowest, that the lowest candidate who have a vote. So that lowest candidate vote are transferred here. Okay, So this lowest candidate votes are transferred here, and by this way they are totaling the 7. So by this way we get our 4 winner, that is things. So the thing is like that, by this way that the calculation will going on, that suppose that the first preference, those who achieved the total number of votes which is required, they declared as a elected one. Next vote, that the extra one will be added to the second choice, and those who get the lowest vote, that their vote also transfer to the preference one, so that by calculating that preference they will create the things. So by this way the single transferable vote is going on, or it is that it is going on and conducted, and finally get the winner. So I hope you will understand the topic, and if you go with this example you will get an clear idea about how they will doing the that they will transfer the vote to each and everyone. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video.